All right, Shalom. I would like to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's first and foremost. Oh, Salakia. I should say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Brachah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so today I want to continue on what I spoke about last night regarding Nathaniel and his church or his camp or whatever it is they call themselves. Um, First part of it was concerning how they fit the behavior of what the scribes and Pharisees was doing. Everything that that they got going on over there is likened unto what the scribes and Pharisees did in their time, where they were more concerned about um, how they were perceived and actually, keeping and doing the things that they were telling everybody else to do. You know, so this one I wanted to talk about. One of the elder apostles had mentioned it regarding Nate saying that you can't be a part of their camp unless you're married. So I went over there to their channel and they got a whole um, running series going on about a strong marriage being um, making a strong. I mean, what's it called? A strong marriage makes a strong nation, right? And this is inaccurate, right? And what makes a strong nation is us going back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Matter of fact, I don't have this written down necessarily, but I want to show something right quick. Because the Lord Yahweh Shai himself was never married, right? But he did make the point that he was married to the nation of Israel, which is true. But I want to show you something. This is what am I doing? Salakia, give me 1 second here. Shit. This is Deuteronomy 28:1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power." So that's what's going to make us a strong nation. Us following Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Us, returning back to the things that make us separated from the other nations, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, in the obedience of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's what's going to make us a strong nation. Because in this time, because of our level of focus on the truth, a lot of that is going to cause dissension. When you have the men of the Lord, right, seeking to push the word, seeking to build the nation by the vibration that's put out there, that's going to cause dissension because you're not going to have time to be at home with your wife. You're not going to, me personally, if I'm not at work and I'm home, I'm reading or putting together notes for a show, or excuse me, I might be, dabbling in some history book or looking up some word, and so it seems like, you know, I don't even have, I don't have, I try to make time, to hang out with my lady and my kids every once in a while, but it's tough when you're so focused on this truth. But man, I just want to go to this real quick while I'm thinking about it. I'll show this. Matthew, what is that? 10. I think it's 10 and 34. I think this is excuse me. This is Matthew 10 and 34. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household." And your wife is not exempt from that. Isn't your wife a part of your household? So your level of focus on getting back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to cause dissension in your house, which is going to weaken your marriage, if anything, right? So it says, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it." You see, and your marriage included, right? Because a big part of not only did we worship other gods, but we took on this philosophy of worshiping and being up underneath our women as well, which put the same type of foul spirit on us as did following other gods. You know, so what's going to make us a strong nation is turning back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So I was sitting here, right, and I was watching this video, dozing off. So let me get up so I can do this show. I just wanted to get some just a little bit of what he was talking about. And what I said to myself, I said, this is nothing more than the Baptist church. And for those of you who grew up in the Baptist church, I happen to, I can't, I had a weird childhood. My dad was in the Nation of Islam, and my granny, his mother, was a Baptist. And so, I would go to church with her on Sundays, and throughout the week, be hearing that the white man is the devil. So I had a mixed bag, if you will. But this is nothing more than a Baptist preacher taking scriptures and spinning them to make some doctrine, man. This has right now what we need to be focused on. Matter of fact, let me go to this real quick. I think I'm done with this. Let me go here right quick. Right now, yeah, what we need to be worried about is the building of the tabernacles of David, right? As the men of the Lord, right? So let's read this real quick. This is Ezekiel 34 and 31. It says, "And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord." Right? So if we are the flock, right? What are we to do? We are to what? Follow him, right? So that's where our main focus should be, because the women, your wife, she's gonna follow you. That's just the nature of a woman. She does what her husband is doing. Whatever her husband is into, that's what she's into. You know. So we're to be focused not on, the strength of our marriage, but the strength of our marriage to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay. So I got a couple of scriptures written here. Just a couple, and I'll go through these. Just nothing that no one's ever heard before, but just want to go through it real quick, and then I'll get out of your hair here. This is First Corinthians 7 and 27. All right. So this is 1 Corinthians 7 and 27. It says, "Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife." You see? So this is contrary to what Nate is teaching. He's saying that if you live with your mom, or you ain't ready to be married, he's a weird dude, man. That dude's a weird guy. I'll let you go watch the video. I really don't want to repeat anything that this guy said, but I'll let you watch it, right? But whatever it was, by any means, it was definitely contrary to what the scriptures say, right? So verse 28 it says, "But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none." You see? it's it's a very simple thing. When you get rid of your pride and you just read the scriptures and stop trying to make up your own thing, the scriptures is right there, man, for everybody to see. It's going to be like you didn't have a wife, because you're going to be so focused on this truth, right? Now, if you a man out there and you're on the highways and byways, and you've delved into this truth, and you have a woman who wants to be around you and makes it, I don't want to say makes it easy, but doesn't put more of a burden on you than the truth has, then that's a blessing, man. You keep that woman around. That's a blessing, you know. But for those who have women who ain't with this thing and are trying to pull them away from this thing, you for one, you better get away from her, for one. And then for two, you better it's gonna be as though she wasn't around anyway, right? So you left with a choice. Either you stay with her and deal with her, trying to pull you out of this thing, or you get rid of her, right? But either way, it's gonna be like she's not even there, because you're into this truth. This truth becomes your woman. And the proof of that, I got a quick testimony. When I was with my oldest son's mother, and I'm sure I've told the story before. When I was with my oldest son's mother, we was breaking up, and she came home one day, and she said, "This Bible can't cook for you. This Bible can't clean for you." And she picked up my Bible, the Bible I had at the time, which was a hand me down, but still it was mine, right? She tossed that shit across the kitchen, man. Not that shit, but she tossed it across the kitchen. So she was she was treating it like it was a woman that was coming in to take her place, which it is. When you go to when you read in Proverbs, I can't think of the exact chapter and verse, but when you read in Proverbs, it talks about this wisdom being likened unto a woman, right? And then it talks about other doctrines being as strange women, right? So if wisdom, right, and words can be likened unto a woman, she's gonna look at it like that, like, oh, that there's another woman taking his place. This truth is your wife. This is the commitment you should be making. This is the strong marriage you should have with this word. Okay. Continuing on, it says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried, right, careth for the things that that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord, right? So when you're not married, you focus on the truth, I can attest to this. There is a, not to say that you lose your edge when you have a woman, or you lose your faith, or you lose your fervor, but there's an edge that being alone gives you for this truth, man. There's an edge. There's a I wish I could think of an analogy to explain what I'm saying. There is an edge that is so valuable to you if you don't have a woman, and this is why Paul is saying this, right? Now, not that's not to say you leave your woman if you have them, because he just said, right, seek not to be loose from your wife, right? But there's this edge that you get, because you get rougher when you got a woman around, you got your kids around. It softens you up a little bit. Like this guy Snoop Dogg said, all the cotton swabs and baby powder start pouring out of you. And it's true, man. It's true, right? So it says, let me read this again. It says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married, right, careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife, right? And didn't the scripture in Matthew the 10th chapter say that if you put anything before Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, you're not worthy of him, right? So what marriage should we be strengthening? Our marriage to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, because aren't we his wife, right? Isn't the nation of Israel likened unto a chaste virgin, right? This is verse 34 says, or was that it? No, yeah, that was it. So let me go to this next scripture to make this point here. This is back in Matthew, the 6th chapter. Just want to make this point. It's Matthew 6 and 22, right? It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Now, that eye be single, what does that mean, right? When your eye is single, when you think of um, a focus light, right? If you've ever seen focus lights, right? If you've ever seen a live play, there are several lights, right? So there may be two, one on each end of the auditorium, and then one at the back. And then they all join together. Each beam joins together to form a spotlight on whoever is up on stage, right? So that is the three things, three lights being focused into one, right? So when your eye is single, right? When that light is single, what happens to it? It brightens up. If you've ever seen it, right? You can see the beam that that's like going from the light source across, the auditorium onto the stage from each light, right? And then when they cross each other, what happens? It brightens up. So the more focused something is, the brighter it is, right? So this is speaking to being focused, right? And if we're focused on this truth, and our eye being single, meaning focus on this one thing, our mind is not going to have the ability, or I don't mean I say it won't have the ability, but you're not going to have as much time in your mind to think about other things other than this truth, man. If you're fervent about it, you know. Okay. So let me go to this last one. Oh yeah. This is the last one. This is also in Matthew, the 19th chapter. Oops. This is Matthew 19 and 25. Okay. It says this. Oh, Salaki. It says this. It says, when his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Right? So what did he forsake? Right? Their wives, their children, their occupation. They dropped everything to go follow Yahushua. Right? Marriage included. Right? It says this, and Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that forsaketh houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You see? So your focus on this truth is going to cause dissension in one way or another. So it is not about being married. If there is anything that is likened unto marriage, it is your commitment to this truth, man. That's what you're married to. All right. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. I hope that was edifying for the brothers who get a chance to check it out. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, I say shalom.